Aaron's cadence is very difficult to play against. I think the cadence is one of the most underutilized things in the National Football League, and when somebody uses it properly, it is a very legitimate weapon. So I don't think that he should ever back it down because it truly can get you extra first downs, extra yards, extra opportunities. I mean, everybody knows he's the best at getting guys to jump off sides and then taking a deep shot down the field. And why not? It's a deep ball. You have a chance to connect on it. But the thing that Aaron does so well, and it is difficult, AQ obviously can speak to this, everybody has to be on the same page. There's so much information that they have. But if you do it right, Aaron's is like chaos. It is, he goes up to the line and it always sounds the same, but he could do it on 3, he could do it on 4. Like most guys have, it's on 1 or it's on 2. And that's about all they can handle mentally and all the offensive line can handle mentally. Let's be honest here. We're not dealing with, rocket science.
Yeah,
We're
it's offensive
we got to
line.
keep it. We got to keep it pretty simple.
Oh.
But Aaron's, he'll go on 4. And they all sound the same as 1. And most guys, like if they're going on 2, you can tell. Like it's like a hard 1 and then the second one, or they're always the same. And generally their offensive line knows that he likes this enough that they aren't tipping each other off. Like AQ was speaking about earlier, offensive line always has that little, hold your water or Jeter because it's on 2 or something like that. Aaron's guys generally in the past, at least when I've played him, haven't really given it away. So it completely negates your ability to get a good jump on a pass rush, and it can give you a few extra plays a game, free plays.
Yeah, it's one of the things that separates him, I think. Like that is literally a part of his game. His accuracy, his ability to read the defense, and then also his cadence is what people attribute to him. And I think other quarterbacks ask him about the cadence. I feel like it's one of his things. So whenever it was kind of presented in that press conference, like, hey, well, you're like maybe the greatest all time, Matt. We're going to have to slow that thing down a little. And then he's
it's like telling a pitcher, like, your fastball is too fast, man. Just
catcher can't catch up to
knock it down. Yeah. Like, no, well, get a new fucking catcher, man. I don't know.
Exactly. That is kind of what his answer was.
But for AQ, an interesting conversation I'd love to have with him is, like, he was talking about the offensive line, ace blocks. You come up to the line and they have to kind of remind each other of everything. For me, as a vet, the further you go, the more you can pick up on those and use them. Early in your career, you just got to focus on your job. I just need to worry about what I have to do. But as you go later, those guys start talking. I know the play before it starts. If I hear CC, I know that's a C block. They're going to come down. So I know exactly what run play is coming. If I hear Jeter, I know that's on 2. Or some guys say Soko for second color. That means if he says green 18, green, that's the second color, so they're snapping the ball.
You're Connor Stallionsing in the middle of these games? Sounds like.
Oh, yeah, they do. They
1,000%.
do. Decoding.
And we're the same way. Like, L.A., New York is like a big thing with, like, blitz calls, right? So, like, I'm picking that up, and I'm like, yo, if we got a scoop here, let's slow this down, turn it into an ace on the run. It's like, it's little things like that, but it's so true what he said. Like, as you get older, you have to, like, I know when I played next to Justin Pugh and J.R. Sweezy, like 8-year guys, 9-year guy, and I was in, I think, my 10th or 11th year at that point. It's, hey, we have to be very good anytime there's a naked, a play action, whatever, and make run calls. Like, we have to ace, deuce. Hey, we got an ace. Hey, let's scoop to Mike 52, knowing we're just running a naked and we're going to take a shot, right? Like, you have to be good on that because, and even if it's just once, JJ, right? Like, even if it's just one time you hear an ace call and it's not an ace, it's like, oh, shit, now I got to think.
Same thing as back to the cadence. If a guy goes on 2 or 3 in the first 2 series of the game, all game long I have to worry about it. He may never go on 2 again, but now I have to think about it the whole game, and I'm never going to jump that 1. It's those little things. And like you said, the older guys get it. I mean, you got the Trent Williams, the Lane Johnsons, the Jason Kelce's. Those guys will start making fake calls, and I don't think they're smart enough to do that. And then they do it, and then I'm screwed.
You're the dumb
like an idiot out there. I'm the idiot.
Yeah, you're the pawn getting worked.
A hand up, man up. I am a moron a lot. But it's fascinating. So people always ask me, why don't they change the calls? Like, don't they know that? And I'm like, yes, but the nature of the NFL is guys are changing teams so often. Practice squad guys are coming up. Guys are getting hurt. You have to have similar calls for these guys to be able to plug and play every week. So basically, every team in the NFL generally has 1 set, maybe 2 sets of calls that cover the whole league. You could plug and play in any offense pretty much.
Did I get you? I got you on a field goal probably one time, I think. I probably got you.
Probably. The field goals are tough because those guys are watching the hand or like the center's head bob, things like that. Those ones are tough. Another big one is the play clock. The play clock is a big one. You see that play clock winding down, you know they can't go on 2. As soon as that thing hits 0, they have to snap it. So boom, you're off the ball. I, against the Colts in a playoff game, learned the hard way that the refs won't throw a delay of game flag until the clock is past 0.
Yeah, because remember they say clock, Dahn, clock, Dahn, then throw or something like that.
I hit it at 0. Big mistake. Big mistake.
Yeah, it needs to be negative point half. You need to let that thing go one more side. Go ahead, AQ.
Carson Palmer had one of the best things. So it was 3rd and 1, right? Like anytime we had a 3rd and 1, he had this cadence called Daytona, right? And it was Daytona's the live word. So he'd sit there and he'd get up, said, hot, white 80, white 80, said hot, send somebody in motion. Said hot, white 80, blue 20, hot, 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 hot. And at this point, he would wait for, because now the defense thinks that we're just no play, right? He would wait for the D tackle to get on a knee. And Daytona, hot! And then we'd run the play. That's awesome.
That's brilliant.
It was awesome.
Because that's exactly what we do.
Yep.
We're like, oh, fake play, and then we all just chill. And I've never seen anybody actually do it. That's brilliant.
It was awesome.
I was always like, somebody might as well take advantage because we all relax.
Well, that's like fake spike play. I think Peyton was trying to do that a bunch of times. Those deception plays are awesome in theory, and when they work out, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hands too, right? Sometimes
for certain fake punts, right? Certain fake punts don't work out.
Classic. Yes.
Hey, some quarterbacks' hands though too, right? Isn't there like some tells that come out, like some quarterbacks' hands will like
open
before the ball is about to actually get snapped? They like just move their fingers just a little bit and D-tackle.
I don't think people understand the level of scrutiny that we take to opposing teams' film. Like you said, whether it's the hands, sometimes a guy's heel. If one heel's a little bit more off the ground than the other, that's a pass play. If it's flat, it's a run play. Or if one foot's a little bit more in front of the other, that means he's going to open to the left versus open to the right. There's so many different things. Offensive lineman stances. I mean, everybody knows the old school one where if they have weight down on their fingers and their knuckles are white versus if they're back. But it's a 2-point stance versus is that 2-point in his instep or is it to the heel? Like, we literally dissect everything. You say Connor Stannons, and that's why it was so funny to me with the whole thing is I'm like, every single team in the country, if you're a reputable organization whatsoever, is trying to find every single advantage. That one's its own. But, like, we are trying to find every minute little detail. We're listening to every TV call for the cadence, for the inflection of the voice, for the offensive line calls, anything. We're trying to find any advantage we can.
Which is why having a great cadence is a massive weapon and why Aaron goes, if we're going to be trying to win a Super Bowl here, the cadence has to stay. I don't know about everybody else, but cadence is going to have to stay. Quite a weapon.
Get you to show coverages, too. Like you go on that 2 or 3, you got to blitz something. Like, if AJ got a blitz or I got a blitz, maybe my blitz, he catches me. All right, AJ, here, you take it, you switch it. But you get that safety rotation. And quarterbacks, at Aaron, you 10, 15 years in the game, all right, it's going to be this coverage. You get a guy on film who can't really hold his water. Maybe it's a new guy in the lineup. It's always tell. So it's a lot of things that go into that cadence on every level. The D linemen, the linebackers, and the DBs.
And if you have the D linemen on their heels, just a little bit, like he said, if they go on 2 or whatever, that opens up everything. Think about everything that goes through the head of the center.
Yep.
Fourth quarter, exhausted, tired.
Yep.
Okay, got to have to do physical contact here every single play. That's kind of how the job is. You're tired, sore. A lot of shit, okay? Tough to communicate, try to do it. Then also got to remember the play. Okay, what's the play? Might be having to go, second that might be ace blocks.
Yeah, that's in the run game.
Yeah, might have to ace here, might have to go up and get to second, might have to send one, go to another. Oh, I got to kind of map out where all these people are that I have to do. Oh, yeah, and then also have to remember what we're on.
Yeah, let me give you a quick little synopsis, right? You break the huddle, you get to the line. Okay, Mike's 52, sort right, you guys are man. Okay, hey, easy, lefty, back, you got the free safety. You guys are in a sift. Hey, we're going sort left. Oh, shit, what's the snap count? Right? Like, that's what happened in the setup, right? Or it's, you get a tap on the leg, right? There's been so many times you have to come up with a different language. I know when I played in Philly back in the day with Michael Vick, he came up with there was a dummy color, right? So like it might be orange. Orange means nothing. But whatever the first digit was, right? So if it's 21, the first digit's 2, it's on 2.
So orange 21.
Orange 21, orange 31, it's on 3. Orange 13, it's on 1, right? Like you have to come up with that because there's so many, like
I think I've heard people say balls. I think I've heard.
Balls 22.
Yeah. I think
single, double, triple, right? Like you got all these things, right? And alpha, beta, there's so many different things you can use. But
Charlie.
Bingo. They always pick up on it on defense. They pick up on your calls. They pick up on your signals. So you got to have something.
Field goals. Ursay was on 3 because he had 3 daughters.
Love it.
We had a couple that were just ridiculous, but we did hard count on field goals. We got people too. Like I felt very good about it. And they even tried to change rules so that we couldn't do it. It was like head can't move forward at all. Hands can't move towards line of scrimmage at all. All you can do is just open it. So like the suddenness of it all is a big deal. People being able to hold their water, massive deal though.
Huge.
Like Vinatieri could hold his water. So with the greatest of all time, we can go, like we can do that, which helps the offensive line, helps Vinatieri, helps everybody, but it takes a lot of people being able to hold their water in a situation in which they are exhausted. And I'm jogging off, just had great water. I'm having a good time.
Feeling good.
Hey, Ursay, hold your water. Yeah, let's not be jumpy up there.
That's the other part of the equation. You just said it. You might be on a 14-play drive, right? These guys are tired. Hold the water is a big deal.
Yeah, and that's why the Aaron Rodgers stuff is so fascinating.
On the other side, the D lineman, like Robert Mathis, you would hear him or talk, hey, we got a cue, we got a guy that's giving it away, or when it's snap, or when the center looks up, you know at this point on the field goal, when the punter looks up, if you're that corner, Isaiah Rodgers blocked a big one this week, didn't end up helping them win the game, but the defenders are always looking for something to give away so they can get that just extra half. And in the fourth quarter, at that point, you got a good beat on the cadence. You got a good beat on the quarterback.